is your AI briefing for August 25th, 2026, with 12 stories. Story 1: Why I approve can become the most dangerous button in enterprise AI. Enterprise AI autonomy can turn a single I approve action into an unchecked authorization path unless identity, audit logs, and rollback controls gate model execution. A compromised prompt, plugin, or delegated workflow can trigger real actions under a trusted user session, bypassing normal approval review. That creates exposure across payments, deployments, and data changes, so enterprises need granular permissions and tamper-evident audit trails. One careless I approve turns enterprise AI into a blank check. The winners are vendors selling autonomy, while IT inherits the audit trail and rollback mess. Story 2: AI is hitting entry-level jobs hardest. A Stanford study finds AI-impacted fields shed 19% of young employment versus more AI-resistant jobs, signaling entry-level hiring pressure as firms automate routine tasks. Researchers found the steepest losses in customer support, software development, and clerical roles where automated tools can replace repetitive junior work. Older workers in the same occupations were less affected, widening age-based hiring gaps. AI isn't creating jobs here. It's squeezing the first rung, with young workers in AI-exposed fields taking the 19% hit, while routine tasks get automated. Story 3: AI model Ox Alpha is free, beats Claude Fable, and nobody knows who built it. Ox Alpha claims top benchmark scores and multimodal video input while reading about 1 million tokens, prompting developer uncertainty about the builder and highlighting a fast-moving open ecosystem. Its very large context window and multimodal capabilities let developers feed lengthy codebases, documents, and video into a single run. The unknown origin has intensified scrutiny over data provenance, licensing, and safety review before adoption. Free and benchmark topping is nice, but the real story is an anonymous vendor shipping million-token video candy and making everyone else chase a ghost. Story 4: NVIDIA Grok 3 LPX AI inference chip enters full production. The chip is aimed at high-throughput inference clusters where latency and token rate directly affect serving costs and response time. NVIDIA plans to use the acquisition to secure tighter control over the software stack and deployment pipeline. Benchmarks brag, real win is NVIDIA locking in low-latency inference customers while Grok's $20 billion exit quietly becomes NVIDIA's chip pipeline. Story 5: More than 1 million people have flagged AI slop on LinkedIn. Since LinkedIn launched a Seems Like AI slop flag option last month, 1 million plus users have used it, signaling mounting user-driven moderation pressure on spammy AI posts. The reports feed a user flagging system that surfaces suspected spam for review, turning everyday moderation into a distributed enforcement layer. LinkedIn is now under pressure to keep low-quality AI posts from crowding professional feeds and ads. 1 million spam flags in a month says LinkedIn's AI feed problem is user-policed, not solved, and the winners are anyone not drowning in synthetic hustle posts. Story 6: NVIDIA senior manager linked to Supermicro scheme smuggling AI servers to China. An NVIDIA-employed worker was indicted in a Supermicro-linked scheme to smuggle large AI servers to China after Jensen Huang reportedly scolded Supermicro, raising legal and supply chain risks. Federal prosecutors say the scheme moved restricted servers through intermediaries to evade export controls tied to advanced chips. The case adds criminal exposure around a supply chain already scrutinized for China-bound AI hardware. An NVIDIA employee tied to server smuggling to China turns AI infrastructure into export control theater, with jail time for one worker and headaches for the supply chain. Story 7: Palantir's AI fuses satellites, cameras, and radar into one real-time tracker, sees everything everywhere. Palantir's NATO Maven AI fuses 150-plus data streams from satellites, cameras, and radar into a real-time threat tracker, extending a city-ready surveillance architecture beyond borders. The system correlates imagery and sensor feeds in real time to generate a live operating picture for defense users. That gives NATO forces a single interface for spotting, tracking, and prioritizing threats across wide areas. Palantir's 150-stream NATO tracker is just surveillance with better branding. And the real innovation is normalizing the same city-grade watching machine at war scale. Story 8. Valor, 0.72 back General Intuition at $6 billion valuation as AI startup pushes into robotics. General Intuition is seeking a $6 billion pre-money round with Valor Ventures, 0.72 Ventures, and 776 to fund its generalized AI agents for spatial robotics beyond pure foundation models. The company is focusing on models that perceive and act in physical environments, a harder problem than text-only systems. Backers see robotics as a path to commercial deployments in warehouses, manufacturing, and other constrained settings. A $6 billion pre-money bet on generalized AI agents is venture-sized poetry, not robotics proof, and the winners are VCs, until anyone ships hardware that actually moves. Story 9. OpenAI is building AI agents for everything. Will everyone use them? OpenAI is developing agentic AI workflows aimed beyond developers, targeting broad consumer and enterprise use by lowering integration friction with incremental rollout of agents for everything. OpenAI is packaging agent workflows so users can delegate routine digital tasks without custom setup. That strategy could turn agents into a default layer across chat, productivity, and enterprise software if adoption holds. Agents for everything is just frictionless automation marketing. OpenAI wins by owning the interface, while users inherit the real trade-off: more delegation, less control. Story 10. Google Halo to bring agentic capability to Android phones. Google's Halo and Spark let Android users start and supervise remotely executed AI agents hands-free, with device monitoring to improve safety and responsiveness compared to manual prompting. Halo and Spark run tasks on remote infrastructure while the phone stays in the loop for approval, status, and safety checks. The approach aims to make agents practical on mobile hardware without draining local resources. Google's Halo and Spark turn phones into remote control babysitters for agents, which is cute until battery, privacy, and failure modes become the actual product. Story 11. Thomson Reuters leverages its world-class data assets to launch its own frontier model. Thomson Reuters launched Thomson, a fully in-house LLM trained and operated at a fraction of typical frontier model costs, keeping data ownership and control internally. The model was built from Thomson Reuters' own legal and tax content, with training and inference kept on internal systems. That lets the company avoid sending proprietary material to outside model providers while retaining tighter governance over outputs. Thomson Reuters did the useful, boring thing owning the model, data, and costs, while Frontier Labs get a reminder that brute force scale isn't the only moat. Story 12. Google Cloud announces strategic partnership with Verizon to scale enterprise AI. Google Cloud will deploy Gemini Enterprise on Verizon's enterprise platform to modernize customer experiences nationwide, pairing full-stack AI and data infrastructure for faster, more responsive service delivery. Verizon will fold Gemini Enterprise into its enterprise stack to automate service and support workflows at scale. The deal gives Google Cloud a major distribution channel inside a carrier with nationwide business customers. This is enterprise AI's favorite ritual, a grand strategic partnership that mostly means Verizon rents Google's stack and calls it modernization. That is the briefing for today.